Welcome to Orthodox World This Week Orthodox News in Digital Space. I'm your host, Abel Matthews Alex. We are much delighted to announce that we have completed 1 year of Orthodox World This Week. We were able to do this because of your support, and we hope that you will support us more in the future. Once again, thank you for your support. Let's see the latest updates in the Orthodox world. Letter of Solidarity from OCP Secretary to Patriarch Abuna Matthias and the Holy Synod of Ethiopia. The Secretary of Orthodoxy Cognate page, Don George Voges, on behalf of the OCP Society, sent a letter of solidarity to His Holiness Abuna Matthias and the Holy Synod of Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church for its synodal decision on the recent split in the Church. Acknowledging the solidarity letter, the official handle of Office of Patriarchal Secretariat published the same on social media. I am worried about what happened to the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. Russian ambassador to Ethiopia. Russian Federation parliamentary member and the Russian ambassador to Ethiopia visited His Holiness Abuna Matthias I, Patriarch of Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church in his office on February 3, 2023. On their visit, they expressed their solidarity with Patriarch and the Church on the current situation. A day before the visit, Ambassador had taken an interview with the MKTV. During the interview with the media, he raised the strong relations between the Ethiopian and Russians, which were strengthened by spiritual ties. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church documented the history of the country and preserved the ecology before the government launched a green legacy. The ambassador said that as an Orthodox Christian, he was worried about what happened in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Ambassador Evgeny Turkin added that in the past, the Russian Orthodox Church has shown their solidarity by expressing their sympathy to the Holy Patriarch during a difficult time for Ethiopian Orthodox Church, and it will be sustained in the future too. He added that they need to be careful that the demolition of this church means the demolition of the country. He also called for the fathers and the faithful of the church to keep their unity. I want to assure you that we are on your side in this process, he added. Shashamane becomes a slaughterhouse for Christians again after 2.5 years. A police shooting killed around 30 Orthodox faithful and injured many in Shashamane on February 4, 2023, who were defending their church. The incident came after the warning that was given to the government by the Archbishop of West Arsi, His Grace Abuna Yusuf. Archbishop warned the government not to support schismatics and said that the government would be responsible for any conflict that may arise. It is a documented reality the government forces sat idly on or support aggressors while churches burned and Christians were put into the sword on ultranationalists and fanatics 2.5 years ago in the Shashmana and Oromio at large. History seems to be repeating itself. Pope Tewahedo II received member of Oriental Orthodox Roman Catholic Dialogue. His Holiness Pope Tewahedo II of Alexandria received the members of the Joint International Commission for Theological Dialogue between the Roman Catholic Church and the Oriental Orthodox Churches at the papal residence at St. Bishoy's Monastery, Beth El-Natrona on February 3, 2023. The 19th Joint International Commission for Theological Dialogue between the Roman Catholic Church and the Oriental Orthodox Churches was hosted by Coptic Orthodox Church. Catholicos Kyriakos II of Armenia calls for international cooperation on reopening of Latin Corridor. His Holiness Kyriakos II, the Supreme Patriarch and Catholicos of all Armenians, once again requested international cooperation for the reopening of Latin Corridor, which is now blocked by Azerbaijan. His Holiness put forward this demand during the visit of a Croatian delegation led by Minister of Foreign and European Affairs Gordan Grlic-Ramandon. According to the detailed official report from Yerevan, referring to the difficult situation in the region and the blocking of the Latin Corridor by Azerbaijan, His Holiness expressed his concern about the new encroachments against the right of people of Asak to live peacefully and freely and the resulting humanitarian disaster. The Armenian Patriarch noted the importance of consistent efforts of the international community, including Croatia, in the direction of reopening the Latin corridor, the preservation of Armenian spiritual and historical cultural heritage in the territory under the control of Azerbaijan, as well as preventing Azerbaijan's ambitions towards the borders of Armenia. His Holiness at the meeting also addressed the issue of return of Armenian prisoners, expecting that the Croatian authorities will take active steps in this direction. In his turn, Minister Gordon, thanking for the warm welcome, emphasized that the delegation's visit to Armenia also aims apparently to get acquainted with the situation in the region and to contribute to the peaceful settlement of the problem. Catholicos movement, Marthoma Matthews III and Patriarch Ignatius Ephraim II expressed solidarity with Abuna Matthias and the Ethiopian Church. His Holiness Marthoma Matthews III, the Catholicos movement in Malankara Metropolitan, the Primate of Malankara Church, and His Holiness Patriarch Ignatius Ephraim II of Antioch, the Primate of Syrian Orthodox Church, sent a letter of solidarity to His Holiness Abuna Matthias of Ethiopia in the events of recent split in the Church. Catholicos movement Matthews III expressed his prayerful support for the Church and expressed deep concern for the split in the Church. His Holiness also conveyed his support for the Ethiopian Church measures for unity. Patriarch Ignatius Ephraim II, in the letter to Patriarch Abuna Matthias, once again rejected schism and rejected all illegitimate ordinations that were made through the split in the Church. His Holiness also conveyed his support for the Ethiopian Church's measures for unity. Primates of churches in Syria request UN and other nations to lift sanction and embargo on Syrian people. 3 primates of churches in Syria, including Patriarch John X of Antioch and Patriarch Ignatius Ephraim II of Syriac Orthodox Church, with the Greek Catholic Melkite Patriarch, requested the UN and other nations in the world to lift the sanctions and embargoes on the Syrian people on February 7, 2023. The request of lifting sanctions and embargoes came in result of the devastating effects of earthquakes in Syria in addition to Turkey. Romanian Orthodox Church recognized the autocephaly of Macedonian Orthodox Church Ohrid Archbishopric. The Holy Synod of Romanian Orthodox Church officially recognized the autocephaly of Macedonian Orthodox Church Archbishopric of Ohrid on February 9, 2023, in the first working section of 2023 of the Synod at the Patriarchal Palace. The Synod was chaired by His Beatitude Patriarch Daniel. According to the Synodal decisions reported by Basilican News, the Holy Synod resolved to approve the recognition of autocephaly granted to the Church in Republic of Northern Macedonia under the name of Archdiocese of Ohrid and Northern Macedonia, with headquarters in Spokane, by the Patriarchate of Serbia by its Synodal Tomos issued on June 5, 2022. Its primate will be commemorated with the title His Beatitude Archbishop Stephen of Ohrid, Spokane, and Northern Macedonia. The Holy Synod of Bishops of Serbian Orthodox Church unanimously recognized the autocephaly of Macedonian Orthodox Church on June 2022. Later, Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople, Antiochian, Russian, Bulgarian, Greek, Ukrainian, and Polish Orthodox churches also accepted the autocephaly of Macedonian Church. Patriarch Kirill of Russia expressed solidarity to Patriarch Abuna Matthias of Ethiopia. His Holiness Patriarch Kirill of Moscow and all Russia expressed solidarity with His Holiness Patriarch Abuna Matthias of Ethiopia through a letter in hardships related to the recent split in the Church and its after effects. Both churches possess a long history of cooperation, which was further strengthened through the framework of Commission for Dialogue between Russian Orthodox Church and Ethiopian Orthodox Church established in 2018. Patriarch Kirill in his letter said that the Russian Orthodox Church has always taken to heart the afflictions that befell your people. Now at this difficult moment, I express my brotherly support to your Holiness, the Archpastors, pastors, and all faithful children of Ethiopian Church. We resolutely condemn any actions aimed at causing a schism in the Church and invariably support our Ethiopian brothers, said Patriarch Kirill in his letter, and wished Patriarch Abuna Matthias good health and plentiful help from God Almighty and in his primitive ministry, and wishes unity in faith and longevity to your Ethiopian Orthodox Neighborhood of faithful. Along with that, the Dirk chairman sent a letter of support to the Synod of Ethiopian Orthodox Theological Church. Metropolitan Anthony, chairman of Department of External Church Relations of the Moscow Patriarchate, sent a letter to the Synod of Ethiopian Church with an expression of support in connection with an attempt to cause a church schism undertaken in the Ethiopian by a group of schismatics. This letter to the Synod from Metropolitan Anthony was sent to the Synod of Ethiopia after the holiday letter of Patriarch Kirill to Patriarch Abuna Matthias. Mexican Senate recognizes the Armenian genocide. Senate of Mexico recognizes the Armenian genocide, recognized the 1915 Armenian genocide in the Ottoman Empire through a document adopted on February 8, 2023. Speaker of the Armenian National Assembly, Alan Simeon, expressed gratitude to the Senate of Mexico through a tweet that read, "I express our deep gratitude to the Senate of United Mexican States for adopting a document that recognized the Armenian genocide. This is an example of adherence to human values and rights. Armenian genocide was one of the worst crimes against humanity committed by the Ottoman Turks against the Armenian people in Ottoman Empire during World War I. Syriacs, Armenians, Assyrians, and Greeks were killed in a large number as well." Romanian Synod elected Archimandrite Generoti Gupio as Assistant Bishop of Deva and Hunedoara. Holy Synod of the Romanian Orthodox Church elected Very Reverend Archimandrite Genotia Gupi to assist the Diocese Bishop of Deva and Hunedoara on February 9, 2023. Assistant Bishop-elect Genotia Gupi studied theology in Craiova and Padova, culminating with a PhD at the Faculty of Orthodox Theology in Napoca. He was a Grand Ecclesiarch of the Orthodox Cathedral in Craiova and exarch for the monasteries in the Archdiocese of Craiova and a diocesan secretary at the same archdiocese. Assistant Bishop-elect Gerardo devotion to the catechetism of young people is notable, with activities in this regard both Gerego and Deva. Assistant Bishop-elect is also a spiritual director of many clergy, monastics, and lay believers. He authored several studies and essays, participated in religious programs, and educated for spiritual reading and construction of parish libraries. Romania observed 98th establishment anniversary of Romanian Patriarchate. The faithful and hierarchy of the Romanian Orthodox Church observed in the 98th anniversary of establishment of their Patriarchate on the 4th of February 2023. Following the Romanians' Great Union in 1918, the Holy Synod of the Church resolved to establish the Patriarchate on 4th of February 1925. The Patriarchate of Romania is one of the autocephalous Eastern Orthodox churches in the full communion with the Eastern Orthodox family. It is one of the 9 patriarchates with the Eastern Orthodox communion. Nearly 85.9% of Romanians are faithful of the Church, apart from 7,20,000 Moldovans who were also its members. Led by the Patriarch Daniel since 1997, the Romanian Orthodox Church is one of the most powerful institutions in the country. And OCP is much delighted to announce that it has written a book, published a book regarding the Romanian Orthodox Church developments in the recent years. You can get that from Amazon as well as get the link from our website. Catholicos Patriarch Ilya mourned on the demise of Archimandrite Joseph. Catholicos Patriarch of all Georgia, His Holiness Ilya II, conveyed his condolences to Archimandrite Joseph, who entered into eternal rest after serious injuries from the fire accident. Archimandrite Joseph was injured on January 16, 2023 from the fire that broke out Galati Monastery. Catholicos Patriarch Ilya, in his condolence letter addressing Metropolitan John of Kulativ-Genek, expressed that we would like to express our sorrow over the death of Archimandrite Joseph, who literally sacrificed his life to save the life of others. Patriarch Neophyte, acknowledged ambassador of Georgia to Bulgaria. His Holiness Neophyte, Patriarch of Bulgaria and Metropolitan of Sofia, received the outgoing Georgian ambassador to Bulgaria, Tamara Livusli, in Sofia metropolis on February 1, 2023. Her Excellency conveyed the fraternal greetings to His Holiness Georgian Patriarch Ilya II, to Patriarch Neophyte and the Bulgarian Church. She also thanked the Patriarch Synod and the Church for their support during her office in Bulgaria. His Holiness wished Ambassador Livesia health and prosperity and success in every new endeavor. First Hierarch of Morocco received Metropolitan Antonius of Zala and Baalbek. His Eminence Metropolitan Nicholas, the first Hierarch of Russian Orthodox Church outside Russia, received this Eminence Metropolitan Antonius of Saleh, Baalbek, and Dependencies Patriarchal Vicar to the Antiochian Orthodox Christian Archdiocese of North America at Metropolitan Residence in New York on February 2nd, 2023. At the meeting, both metropolitans discussed a wide range of issues and subjects including current affairs in the Holy Church of Christ, their pastoral and ministry services, youth ministry, and inter-Orthodox relations. That's all for the week. Thank you for watching Orthodox Coconut page. Hope to you see in the next week. And once again, thank you for supporting all throughout this year. Thank you.